Okay, folks, Andrew Bolpros here. Well, this is a video I have not wanted to do at all for a lot of various reasons, right? Tyreek Hill rumors continue to just proliferate. They're just bubbling up all over the place. And again, the Chargers have been implicated to want to go after the Chargers. Tyreek Hill wants to come to the Chargers. I tend to think that that's a pretty far shot, but this is what a lot of people keep talking about. This recent X post by Tyreek Hill piece. Let's recap this conversation again. I'm not a huge fan of the discussion, but I'm sure it's something that you guys want to hear. We'll probably talk more about it as the story progresses. But guys, as always, let's get into it. Okay, folks, always like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew Bobros. And just again, leave a comment down below. Andrew, you're crazy. We need him. We need the cheetah, whatever, all the above. Just let me know what you guys think. I mean, look, everyone's talking about this. And look, don't get me wrong. He's a great player. I mean, I'm not here to say he's not. I just think that I do have questions about his character and if he really fits the mold of what Jim Harbaugh is trying to do, as well as what he'd want to get paid. Guys, just we'll talk more about how much he's going to get paid here in a few minutes. But, I'll just say this, I don't think he's going to be, I don't think he wants to be with Miami, right? A few things to be said about this. Let me talk a little bit about what happened at the end of the season. I remember watching this video. I don't think it was live, but it was very close to right after their final game. And this is, and I quote exactly what he says. Now, when basically he was asked, well, do you want to still be a Miami Dolphin? Anyways, I don't even know, bro. This is the first time I haven't been to the playoffs. Hill said after his loss. For me, I just want to do what's best for me and my family. If that's here or wherever the case may be, I'm open. I'm about to open up and that door for myself. I'm out, bruh. It was great playing here, but at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for my career. Look, there's a lot to be said about that, right? And don't get me wrong, right? I get it. Like the guy is an absolute stud of a guy's a talent. I am not joking you. He is a talent. You know that. I know that. Here's the thing. I don't know that he's the guy that fits with the Chargers. And every time I've thought about him coming to the Chargers, I just go, dude, he just has a bad attitude. He doesn't seem to really care. And, he's complaining and whining about the Miami Dolphins last year not making the playoffs. And then he's got to do what's best for me. We all know he's got a bunch of kids and all the above. So, again, ask yourself this question. Is he a Charger? Is he what Jim Harbaugh is building with the Chargers? I would argue that he's not. Okay. Now, let's just talk about money for just a second. For the Chargers, the risk would be pretty immense if the Chargers were to go get him. Hill is 31 years old and didn't crack over 1,000 yards last year. Now, you can argue, well, Tua was hurt. He wasn't, himself. Yeah, I get it. Sure. I'm not disagreeing with you. In Tua, it's so funny. I remember I was at the Miami, I think it was 2 years ago, game one, Miami Chargers at SoFi Stadium. I was there. Tyreek Hill was running all over us, Tua this and that. I remember people just saying, oh, Tua is so much better than Herbert. I could not begin to tell you how many people were saying that in the audience around us. It was so frustrating. I'm going to say this. Herbert is a better quarterback than Tua. We've already seen that. We already know that. And Tua has had injury issues. He's just not the same guy. I just think his injuries have caught up to him, and it is what it is. Having said that, you put Tyreek Hill with Justin Herbert, and amazing things would happen. I'm sure Tyreek Hill would say that. But guys, let me just drop this final thought on you. His 2025 contract, a $27.7 million guaranteed contract. Folks, we have a $30 million. Let me just double check again on over the cap. Let me refresh. Yep, $30 million left available, right? And we still got to pay our rookies that we're going to draft. We got 10 draft picks. I don't see that working out. Now you could argue maybe we give them a fifth and they take some of the, maybe they take some of that $27 million. Who knows? Yeah. Again, they can work the money out. Guys, I just don't see it. I don't see myself getting to the thought that the Chargers are going to go after Tyreek Hill. Would I want him to be there? Sure. Is he that good? Yes, he's a talent. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying I don't see him fitting within the locker room, fitting what the Chargers want to do, fitting Jim Harbaugh's, mentality. It's all the above. I don't see it. And he's going to cost a lot of money, and he's going to want a lot of money, and he wants a bag. He probably would want to come to the Chargers and get paid a ton more money. Don't see it happening. Now, I will tell you what I do think happens, and I talked to James about this earlier today, that most likely at the end of the draft, if we don't get another wide receiver that we like, we would most likely go out and just sign someone like a Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, number 13, is already gone for the Bears. So, hey, we can give him number 13 for the Chargers. He'll retire a Charger. He probably only got a year, maybe two left in him, period. And Justin Herbert already knows him. We already got Mike Williams here now, too. So I think he's more likely the guy. I think secondarily, we've got to pay Rashawn Slater. Look, I just feel like there's a lot of things to be said about this, but I felt like this video had to be done on every one of our lives. I read your comments and I'm like, Tyreek Hill this, Tyreek Hill that. I get it. He's a generational talent. The guy is faster than NASCAR, but the reality is I just don't know that it's going to make sense financially for the Chargers, but secondarily, I don't know that it's going to make sense for the Chargers moving forward anyway, just from a cultural point of view. But what do you guys think? Am I way off? Agree or disagree with me? I mean, leave a comment down below. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know why, and we'll try and reply to your comments and go from there. But again, I felt like we had to do a video on him. I know there's not a whole lot of information going on right now with the Chargers anyways. We're just waiting for the draft at this point, but this one I thought was interesting. I wanted to give you my thoughts. As always, Andrew Bolt Bros. See you guys in the next one.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.